as much vegan cheese on the pizza as possible, like just thick, and have it like at 5 a.m. and don't drink any water before it, and don't drink any water for 2 hours afterwards. And then you go, okay, that was a bad idea. Next time I'll have the cheese without the pizza and I'll drink some water beforehand. That felt better, but now I'm going to have fruit for breakfast after my water. That just feels good. And then you start to carry on. But if you want to have cooked food in the morning, eat it. Like I had durian in the morning a few years ago, you know. So I won't be doing that ever again. You know?
What about like cereals, oatmeal, like if I couldn't get fruit or something?
For sure, do it. Oh yeah, but try and make it really high water content. And it's pretty much fruit. If you put a quart of water with a bowl of cereal and a bit of soy milk or whatever, a bit of sugar, mix it around, it's almost like you got a fruit smoothie. Just whack it down. If your cereal is really dry, you want to make it high water content. So if you're having rice, you can have some soup with it. Like last night at Happy Green, I was just having heaps of that curry sauce soup. Just high water content. Really good. So make it high water content. Again, that's where cooked food is not cooked food, because someone could have, you know, cheesy vegan pizza for breakfast, which is really dry and heavy, or they could have some cereal and lots of water. Or they could have 10 peaches, which is cooked. Yeah. So maybe have some cooked peaches for breakfast or something. Tin fruit is a good option if you want something juicy and you're on the road. Tin fruit's good. Tin fruit and syrup.
Do you think you have a vegan commercial on TV?
Do I have a which?
A vegan commercial for TV.
A vegan commercial for TV?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be put on TV though.
Why not?
Because if you're on TV, even if you're paying them a lot of money, they'll be like, yeah, but this is in conflict with our main sponsors. So we'll lose more money if we, like you say, I'll give you, hey, I'm going to give you $100,000, put this ad on TV. You're like, that's great, Harley, but they're paying me $500,000. I'm not going to look after them, not you. So what's going to happen? I mean, Peter put some adverts on TV, and they're good, but they can be way better. But, again, TV's about money. And if it's contradicting the sponsors or whatever, it's like, it won't happen. Yeah.
For high level activity, or if you're, like, for example, if you're going to go to a long cycle, so you say that do you feel like you get more energy from like fruit or from like food? Or is it just the same?
I guess the same. I mean, the fruit will digest quicker, so it will, you'll hit your cells quicker, and the starches will digest slower, so it'll be like sustained release, but not really sustained release because you need it now. So I think the fruit depends. Fruit would be better because it's more sweet. It can fill your glycogen stores quicker. But if you're having starches with sugar, then that can be just as quick as well. So it depends what you're eating. If you're eating like your dry cereal with no water, it's not going to work very good. If you're having cereal with lots of water, so it's just like a big cereal sugar soup with lots of sugar, that's going to work as good as a banana smoothie with sugar. For me, it would be whatever I feel like, whatever I've got in the moment, I'll use. I'd say they're both very similar, as long as they have the same sugar content and similar water content. And the grains can be good because it can be more calories per bite. Yeah, ideally. Yeah. Or just drink a lot of water beforehand. Like when I go to a restaurant, I'll have another, probably have 2 of these bottles before I eat anything. So now the soup's in my belly. So the rice comes in, it's getting mushed around, it's good. But then if you put rice in a dry stomach, then you put water in afterwards, it's a bit late, It's okay, but have the water first, ideally.
What do you think about stevia?
I'd say stevia would be like one of the biggest failures of the health community. Stevia is like, what do I think of stevia? Stevia is like a herb, a leaf, and they grind it down, it becomes like a sweetener. It would produce 0 calories. So stevia is like your boss paying you in fake money. You can't get nothing done. You worked all week, they give you $1,000, and the check bounces. You give your body the stevia, the body goes, yeah, we're getting some sugar, good. Oh, we've got no energy. Let's go and eat some junk.
Well, I mean, compared to, it's better to have sugar.
Yeah, 100%. Every single time, stevia's better to sugar's better to have than stevia. 100%.
Trick your body.
We do use stevia though, but not for stevia's sake. We use these vanilla drops, and they've got stevia in them. But that's just like, but we use it for vanilla. So we add our stevia plus sugar. But it's just a vanilla stevia combo we like. It tastes good, so we use it as a flavouring. But I'm still pouring sugar into that smoothie. So someone goes, Harley, I don't understand you use stevia and sugar. What are you doing that for? Because the vanilla is attached to the stevia in the drop. But I still put my sugar in so I got the energy. So if you have stevia, that means your sweet tooth will be satisfied, but you won't get the calories. So your metabolism drops, you go and eat junk. And you can't train. So your metabolism is just wrecked. So the secret to get around that is flick off the stevia, unless it's in a vanilla drop and you're using it for vanilla, and add more sugar to your diet, either from fruit or refined sugars. And get rid of the animal products, get rid of the fat, lower your protein right down, and do a bit of walking around, a bit of cycling, laughing. I dated a girl once who had stevia. It didn't really go very far at all. She was such an emotional roller coaster. I don't have sugar, I have stevia, Harley. It's very like, I was like, this is not going to work. I think it's a couple of days. She was pretty, but just a nut job. I don't know what she's doing now. Stevia, that's a warning sign, guys and girls. If your partner's doing stevia, it's time to have a chat with them, or time to leave the house. Because they're going to be like flailing.
This gent over here has had his hand up
Sorry,
for quite a while, but I got a question after him.
What makes me really happy, and what are some of my ultimate goals? That's a good question. I just choose to be happy. I don't wait for things to happen to be happy. So happiness is just a choice in the moment. Happiness is best shared. Happiness is just a choice in the moment. Happiness is best shared. The purpose of life is life and purpose. The purpose of life is to be happy. Just basic things like that. So nothing makes me happy. I make myself happy. And I let that happiness drive me to do things. So often I used to go, when I get a nice bike, I'll be happy. When I got good fruit, I'll be happy. When I'm really lean and fit, I'll be happy. When I've got this done, I'll be happy. It's the when-then theory. But it's never lasting, because you get the nice bike or the money in the bank, and then you're like, oh, what's next? So I say happiness is a choice right now, in the moment. So nothing makes me happy but me, my choice in the moment. And what are some of my goals? Just get my book done next week or so, after the festival. I'm going to go to a far part of Thailand, just lock myself in a hotel room, and just smash it out. So that's my main goal right now, is to get the book done. And I think goals are really important to have. You've got to write them down, think it and ink it, write it down, stick it up somewhere, tell people about it, and hang around people who support you on achieving that goal. If you tell your goals to someone and say you're an idiot, whatever, that's not who you want to be hanging around. You want to be going, you want to hang up and go, how's your book going along? How's that going along? You know, people who hold you to a high expectation. We raise the expectation of our peer group. So if your peer group expectation is do drugs, calorie restrict, late nights, waste your life, that's what you raise to. If your peer group is get stuff done in life, achieve your goals, help others, you raise to that level as well. And if you've got no friends like that, then just hang out by yourself and do those things. Eventually people will come into your life who support that. So I make myself happy. And I find when you're slept up, hydrated, carved up, it's easier to entertain that choice of happiness. But nothing makes me happy. I just choose to be happy. Because you can give someone, a box of organic peaches, and they go, "What's this for? Are these poisons?" And some other person, you can go, "Here's a box of peaches." "Oh my God, peaches! I love. Oh, you're so kind. Oh my God, this is incredible." What's the difference? It's just their choice in the moment. You can walk up to someone and go, "Here's $1,000, man. You did a good job today." "Well, I want to do it. Whoa. This is a trick." Someone goes, $1,000, man. He's made my year. Sick. So the same thing happened, but their belief system is what was different. So it's all about our belief system. So I just choose to be happy in the moment. People say it's delusional. If I was just happy all the time, I'd get nothing done. Use your happiness as fuel to get stuff done. I feel good. I'm going to go do some stuff. I'm going to help other people help themselves. So that's what I do. Do I ever get stressed, and how do I deal with it? I get stressed all the time, but I deal with it. You know, for me, negative stress is a sign that I need to calibrate something. Like before I came here, I'm just a bit like, my eyes were out, I couldn't really focus much, you know, I needed to have a bit of a power nap. So I had a power nap, now I'm ready to roll. Other people go, oh, whatever, emotional thing. No, just give yourself the sleep, water, sugar. Choose to be happy and you get stuff done. So I can get stressed if I neglect my sleep, water, sugar. But I understand my lifestyle involves a bit of stress, so I deal with that. It's like having a bicycle. You're going to get some scars, you're going to have crashes, you're going to get flat tyres. That's just part of the deal. You have to understand if you want to get something, there's going to be some sacrifices, maybe some skin on your elbows or whatever. If you want to have kids, you're going to understand that requires a few years of sleep deprivation. It requires, if you want to have conscious children, that requires your parents and neighbours going, you don't know how to raise kids, or whatever. If you want to be a public speaker, you're going to have people who are falling asleep in your lectures, or this guy's boring as heck. Just deal with it, it's part of the deal. So you can't take it personally. So if I'm feeling a bit edgy or stressed, I go, okay, what's it going to be? Sleep, water, sugar. So today it was sleep. I haven't had enough. So I had a little quick power nap. You know, I'll try and get a bit early again tonight, but I didn't last night. So that's what I mean. So I know that's the beauty of being objective with measuring your water, looking at your urine output. Is it clear? How many times have I been today? Okay, so it's not water, I've had enough. Sugar, how much have I had today? How many grams did I have yesterday? No, that was enough. What time did I go to bed last night? 1 o'clock. Night before, 11 o'clock. There we go. That's what needs to be improved upon. Have a little quick power nap, go from there. So do I get stressed? Yes, but I deal with it very quickly. Negative stress is your body's saying deal with something, change something. Sleep, water, sugar, get it in. It's not saying get some caffeine, take a sleeping pill or whatever. It's saying sleep, water, sugar, what do you need to change here? And if you've got enough sleep, water, sugar and you're still feeling stressed, have an attitude of gratitude. What are you grateful for right now? And that just shifts everything. Do I ever second guess myself, and how can I be so sure what I'm saying is correct? For sure, I second guess myself all the time. But that's how you... It's just like when I was jumping off the little rail before on the zip line, I'm looking at the bolts and that looks really strong. I said, how much weight can this handle? And he goes, 3 ton. I said, I'm 65 kilo, yeah, that'll be enough. That doesn't look too rusty, yep. And I thought, if I fall down there, yeah, I'm going to kill myself, that's all right. So I just started focusing on what I needed to be done. So I made sure it was safe to jump. 3 people jumped in front of me. Well, there's no excuse, just fucking jump. So I jumped. But when it comes to diet and nutrition, what's given me the confidence is years and years and years. It's like riding a bike. That gives you confidence, the time on the program or whatever, and then helping other people. So it's like when I don't second guess myself when I'm handling spiders because I know how the spider behaves. But at the start, you're like, whoa, what's going to happen here? So it's the same with dealing with coaching people in sport and weight loss nutrition. There's no second guess for me anymore because I've had the experience. And I pay attention. Have I been ill? Yeah, definitely. One time I slept in my friend's house. They were packing to move back to New York City. And it was just so dusty. And I thought, I'm tired, it's late. Yeah, I should be right. Woke up next day, hadn't eaten any salt, but my face was like puffy. I'm just like asthmatic and wheezy. Had a little fever. So that's a bad mistake. I should have slept outside with mosquitoes. So yeah, I got ill. If someone saw me in the street, go, wow, I saw a DURIANRIDER who was coughing and spluttering. It must be working for him, but it wasn't. It was the dust. It was the poor choice of sleeping. I've injured myself doing too much training, running, trying to run 20 miles a week when I have never done that before in my life, and getting like a sore shin or something like that. Or doing kickboxing and kicking things that were too hard for my experience level. I've been bitten by a lot of mosquitoes and gotten fever the next day. Was that malaria? Was that dengue? I don't know, but I've got better pretty quick. Had a couple of fevers here and there. But when I had my... Was that? Yeah, when I slept in that dusty room, for about a week, I was sinusy. And it was slight fever. But in terms of like, I used to get colds all the time, couldn't train and whatever. It's not that anymore. But you can definitely get sick if you're eating healthy, if you're stressing out and not getting enough sleep or water, for sure. So you can eat really pure, but if you don't drink enough water, you're done. If you go to bed late, you're done. You can eat the best organic fruit in the world. If you're not backing up with sleep and water and positive attitude, a bit of sport, you'll cook yourself.
I got 2 questions. How often do you shave? Or do you shave your arms and legs?
Just the legs.
Okay, how often do you do that?
About once a week.
Okay. And then do you think that what do you think about the attribution of Asians' height discrepancy, or, short height, being to them eating so much rice? Like that they're nutrient deficient, and that's the reason why they're so short by comparison to Europeans and Africans.
Why Asians are typically shorter? I would say it's gotten more to do with growth hormone.
Okay.
Because if you look at people who had like a tumour on their like pituitary gland, and it's pushing on there, and they're producing more growth hormone, they become like 7 foot tall,
Yep.
like Tony Robbins. So when you're having animal products, they've got lots of growth hormone in there. Look at the pigeons here. The pigeons are smaller here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say they're getting less growth hormone from the dairy, so they're making them smaller. So I wouldn't say it's from the rice, I'd say it's from, stereotypically, would be the hormones in the food.
Okay.
Or the high protein diet causing a greater release of growth hormone, which can lead to more cancers, etc.
Or the hormones in dairy.
Or the additive hormones or the naturally occurring hormones in dairy. So I'd say, but again, it's not 100% because there's still some short people in Europe as well. So,
Yeah.
But in general, I would say it would be the hormones in the food that's creating the higher
And
growth hormone.
there's nothing negative to say about Asian people for being shorter. They could be better off for being shorter and eating less and not requiring as many calories just to get by on.
Yeah. So I would say that, in my opinion, I would suspect it would be the hormones causing higher, taller people.
You've mentioned several times about rice.
Yes.
What is your opinion between brown, white, or other?
What's my opinion on rice? The best rice for weight loss would be the ones you like the most. So if you like white rice or brown rice or purple rice or black rice, eat what you like the most.
In terms of flour, nutritionally, or otherwise? I mean, brown rice.
You're eating rice for calories, not for nutrition.
It's more about you eating enough fruits and vegetables. That's where you get your nutrition from, really. Rice is just some extra carbohydrate. But if you're eating enough fruits and vegetables, you're getting enough vitamins and minerals. So rice is like just boost up your carbohydrate intake. So white rice is fine. People say white rice is fattening. I'm like, come to Asia. Yeah, let's see if we can find, Look at these joggers over here. Look how slow they are. They're out of shape, but they're very, very lean. White rice. She looks like she's about to pass out, but she's very lean. She's leaner than some girls I know who train 100 k's a week, because she's living with white rice every day for the last 20 years. That's her majority caloric source. The girls back home in Australia who train more than her, it's more like meat and dairy is their main calorie source. So white rice is incredibly slimming. The rice we had last night was incredibly tasty. It was like a brown golden. Who had that last night?
Red rice.
What's it called?
Red rice.
Red rice.
It's actually black rice that's been fully matured to its most mature state.
That's good last night.
Yeah, it's
That
the
was
most
incredible
expensive rice in Asia, according to the people that were
That's
making
really tasty. Beautiful rice. So eat whatever you like the taste of. And just make it a high water content rice meal. Bit of soup, bit of water in there. Or water beforehand, for sure. Sorry, yeah. Why do I think Dr. McDougall says don't eat more than 2 pieces of fruit a day? Well, I'm talking about this. and he says it's because it's too much fructose. And I said, do you really think that fruit makes you fat? You know, he's like, well, I don't know, maybe I need to review that one. So yeah, so I would say my opinion why he says that is because he's confused. Because McDougall's like really scientific, like he just looks at what the study's saying. So he might be looking at Robert Lustig's studies and go, fructose is bad. You know, but he forgets Robert Lustig's obese. So I'm talking to McDougall about it, and maybe he'll change his opinion, maybe not. But he probably won't, because has to be scientifically proven for him to really promote something. Because he's a doctor, that's what they do. They read medical journals. But if anyone says fructose makes you fat, then me and Freddie should be obese. This is like if you found the couple in Australia who ate the most fat, they're going to be pretty big, aren't they? We look like meth addicts.
How do you think Dr. McDougall says to like shave off an hour of sleep and you'll feel better?
Yeah, Dr. McDougall says less sleep's better, but again, this is where the academic mentality, the blinkers are on. You know, you don't really see the real world. He goes, you see the study. The study says this. Okay, let's get the person going to bed earlier an hour and getting up earlier. You know, he was saying that if people sleep to midday, they feel worse. I agree. You're not meant to sleep till midday. You're meant to go to bed around the sundown and get up at the sunrise. That's when you feel incredible. So McDougall was saying you need less sleep, but he forgot to mention that the study didn't really talk about when they went to sleep. So if you're going to bed at 10 p.m. and getting up at 2 p.m. the next day, you're going to feel whacked out. But if you're going to bed at, say, 6, 7, 8 p.m., getting up at 5, 6, 7 p.m., you're going to feel like you're on cocaine. So go to bed early and get up early. And how to go to bed early? Get up earlier. You said start going to bed earlier.
What did you weigh before you went vegan?
What did I what?
How much did you weigh before you went vegan?
Good question. How much did I weigh before I went vegan? Just sort of fluctuated. But I found it hard to maintain leanness. I was calorie restricting a bit, you know. But now I don't have to calorie restrict. I find it easier to stay leaner. To be this lean, I have to do a crazy amount of training, plus calorie restricting. And now I don't. I can do a bit of training, go to a restaurant, eat as much as I want. I don't have to stop at one meal.
Have you gained weight since introducing cooked foods and salt and whatnot?
When I was eating the most cooked food of the year, I weighed 62 kilos this year, you know, back in January. So if you're not doing a lot of sport and eating a lot of salt, you might store a bit more water for sure. But we have to do movement. People say, I'm just going to eat fruit and not do anything. Well, then you'll have a floppy body, you know. You'll be like slim, but you'll be floppy. So we have to do the sport to have the tone. Otherwise, just floppy. We don't feel good. Got a couple more questions and we'll wrap it up and do it get tomorrow. So every day I'll be here, 3 p.m.
Would you be willing to fund a study on fruit nutrition, since there really isn't any studies and nobody in the mainstream funding of studies is going to do that, because they want to support meat and dairy, they don't want to support food eating. Like if the RT4 twins wanted to do, one of them ate cooked food and the other one ate just raw foods, and would you be willing to fund the study if you found a doctor to conduct it?
Even if I was a billionaire and we did that, no one would really care, but a few people.
McDougall would, though.
Is that?
You might convince McDougall.
Yeah, I would probably, but he would say it's only one person. Let's do 1,000. So basically, what motivates people is weight loss.
Yeah.
You know, we used to give talks about heart disease or whatever. Get like 5 people turn up.
Yeah.
Talk about how to get a flat stomach and slim down. It's like full house.
Yeah.
So we just I mean, that would be cool, but it's sort of like that study's already been done in the real world. Look, all the people who've got incredible results in this lifestyle.
Yep.
But I agree, having twins is good. So if you had like 100 sets of twins, that would be really cool. Because the BBC did that recently. They had 2 twins, one high fat, one high carb. And then the high carb twin just smashed everything. And at the end they're like, oh, well, this is just one couple, we're not too sure, So society's motivated by weight loss more
Same
than
quantity
health.
of calories.
So same. Yeah, they did everything the same. Same sport, same sleeping, same calorie intake. Yeah, you're right. Good question. They did all the variables the same. look it up, fat versus sugar BBC on YouTube. What are my experiences on Monofruit Island? I haven't done it for very long because I like eating variety, and I don't like, you know, I've done a few days on bananas and mangoes, but then I go, well, I want something else. So I'm not very disciplined. I can't like go, this is what I'm going to eat for the week and nothing else. I'm just going to eat bananas for the week. I want something else. I want variety. So, really? Yeah, she has. She's like, you know, heavily motivated by weight loss. Now she couldn't do it at all because she's so slim. She's like, well, why don't you eat bananas for a week? But back in the day when she was desperate, she's like, I'll try anything.
Will that help you lose weight?
No, but it's not sustainable. You know, it has to be something you can do for life. You could ride on the mountain 10 times a day and you'll lose weight, but you burn yourself out. So just doing it once a day or once every second day, it's better. We have to do something that's maintainable. So Banana Island is fun and that, and it shows you can live on fruits and do really well, but you're better off just doing something that you can do forever.
How long can you go without, how long can you go mono-milling before it's bad?
How long can you go for with mono-milling before it's bad? I just don't think that's a good mentality to have. It's like saying, how many marathons can I run every day for 3 hours before I snap my leg or something? It's just sort of like, it's a question that I don't encourage just eating one thing for as long as you can. I mean, what's this like? It's nuts for me. Because I know people who do it, they're like, just oranges, and they can't get oranges. And like, I've done 34 days, I want to do like 40 days, but I can't find any oranges. Where are these? And they're unripe oranges, and their teeth are getting thrashed out because they're not enough, you know, they're too acidic. So I don't really recommend the Banana Island or whatever.
Didn't Mike Arnstein go crazy on just oranges? Like, didn't he do like a 1 week or 1 month orange challenge on Dirty Bad?
And he binged out hard afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, he went like nuts. Like Victoria was complaining about it.
Yeah, because he was trying to do it because Mike Arnstein just gets shit done. So he's buying all these oranges, they weren't even ripe. So he's having all this orange juice. It's making him feel crook. It's tart.
Yeah.
I tried some of the juice he has. It's like, dude, this is crap, man. It's not right. And then, so yeah, you're just flipping out, and eventually you go and binge at the end of it. So it's not worth. Like Anne Osborne, she got a blood clot after an orange juice fast. You know, and she almost died. So then you put her in hospital, luckily. But she doesn't really talk about that much.
Why would you get a blood clot from oranges?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I thought she got a staph
Is that?
infection.
She went to hospital. She had a blood clot and almost died. I've had tropical ulcers. I never got a blood clot. I don't know. But end of the day, people will say, "Oh, I know Anne Osborne did a juice fast. She was good, but no, she ended up in hospital. You know, was it from the juice? Was it from the ulcer? I don't know." So just trying to eat one food for as long as you can, I think it's a bit nutty. It's a bit fruity. It's not the same. People go bananas. So just try to eat just bananas. Or they go nuts. So just try and do like a low carb diet and live on nuts. You go a bit nutty. That's where the saying comes from. Eat calories, eat variety. And it's good to be extreme, but be extreme in other areas of your life. One more question, we can wrap it up. We go to dinner time. One more. Okay.
What happened with Adelaide Uni when they were testing you and in your videos a few months back?
What happened at Adelaide University? I've done a lot of tests with them over the last 15 years.
Oh, okay.
VO2 maxes, muscle biopsies, blood, fat levels.
They learned nothing from it?
No, the guys who did the study did.
Ah, okay, yeah.
They're like, wow, look how clean your blood is. Like,
Yeah.
where's all the fat? Holy shit! So the guy who spun my blood, who took my blood out of my arm, put it in a centrifuge and spun it, and goes, wow, like, and he showed me a photo of someone else's blood. It's full of fat.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yellow layer like that.
Has anyone contacted you yet?
Is that?
Has anyone contacted you yet?
Which test?
Blood work. Blood work.
What was the challenge?
If it's alive.
Oh, no one challenges that. People just say stuff. No one challenged it. No one's gonna challenge it.
What was the question?
Yeah.
Someone said, "Oh, your blood test that was fake." I said, "I'll bet you $100,000 we'll go to the doctors and get them done." we can get my blood drawn. You can watch and test it. If you think it's fake, yeah. So they take me up and help me. Yeah.
Is it possible to become a pro cyclist without dope?
No way. Is it possible to become a professional cyclist without doing drugs? It's not possible to become any high-profile professional athlete without drugs. You have to use drugs to be a pro athlete. You can be a pro lawn bowler, maybe, or a pro archer, but not any sport that involves strength, endurance, or extreme insanity.
Aren't you a professional athlete?
What? On Strava,
He
maybe.
doesn't get paid to compete. He doesn't get
In the
paid
dream
to
I did
ride
last night, I was.
So you like win races and stuff, don't you?
My definition of a professional athlete is someone who's earning like, $100,000 a year. And that's what they do for their job. Their job is they're paid to win races. You're paid to win. So drugs help you job security.
So everyone in the Tour de France is all
100%. Because here's the thing in sports, right? You got what's called a therapeutic use. This will be the last one. I'll let you go. But the thing in professional sport, most people don't know, is called therapeutic use exemption.
Yeah.
So you can train your ass off. Your testosterone level drops. If you're male or female, your testosterone level's low. So you say, Doc, I've been training 50 hours a week. I don't feel good. It's because you're training 50 hours a week. The doctor does your blood. Oh, you got low testosterone. Let's give you some testosterone. Hey, Doc, I can't take that. That's illegal. Oh, no, that's all right. We'll give you a script and we'll give you a therapeutic use exemption form because your blood test says you're low. Oh, thanks, Doc. So now you're fucking bunging up the steroids or whatever. In cycling, you can have 4 times the natural level of testosterone and be okay. In MMA, you can have 6 times the level. So you can be 6 men into one. You can have a level of 6 men and 1 person testosterone, and that's okay. Tennis used to be 10 to 1. Does tennis have a steroid problem? Fucking oath it does. So
Look at the Venus sisters.
yeah, everybody, every single sporting champion you know is guzzling drugs. And they've got a doctor's scoop legally saying they can. And then you have, so that's the therapeutic use exemption, which covers everybody. And then you have the next level who do the illegal drugs, like the EPO, the blood doping, the growth hormone, which these things are almost impossible to test for. So, but they give you like 10% boost. So you're a professional athlete, what are you going to do? If you're a Usain Bolt, what are you going to do? You got 100 guys running just behind your heels. You're going to take as much gear as you can. And you're going to go to any nightclub in the world and bring home 7 chicks to your bedroom hotel that night. And make $1 million a year.
Who wouldn't?
Or get a job in the sports store.
Life with Lance Armstrong's.
Dealing with customers. What are you going to do? You're going to do drugs.
Be multi.
What would Lance do? He'd be working at a bike shop still.
Yeah.
Drugs make champions. You still have to train hard, good genetics, good head. But if you're not on drugs, you can also run. So it's money, it's business. So every single, Michael Phelps, Michael Jordan, anyone you can think of. It's a famous person earning money, 100% pharmaceuticals. You have to be, because you get an injury. Human growth hormone heals you faster. You're feeling a bit, your thyroid's a bit low. Take some thyroxine.
So does Doug Graham promote using drugs because he works with professional athletes?
He doesn't work professionally. Doug doesn't work with professional athletes. There are a few people email him, and they do his program for 2 weeks ago. It doesn't work. It's too hard. But he worked with him.
Is Mike Arnstein clean?
Oh, he does painkillers and caffeine, which is illegal. Painkillers, man, they're so legal and they're so effective. You take some painkillers, you can train so hard. You take 2 ibuprofen or codeine, you won't feel your legs for 3 hours. So you can run just like a demon on painkillers, and it's totally legal. So the amount of painkillers people are taking in boxing and that, you get anaesthetic and put in your shins, you can kick down coconut trees. You'll be limping tomorrow, but you won't feel it today. So you take asthma puffers. I know some guy took like 20 puffs of a Ventolin puffer, So his lungs are like ice. So you got Ventolin you can use, you got painkillers you can use, you got testosterone you can use, you got dextroamphetamines you can use. If you get Adderall, who knows what Adderall is? Yeah, Adderall, like Ritalin, dextroamphetamine. You can take dextroamphetamine. All you have to do is go to your doctor and say, Doc, when the coach is talking to me, I can't focus properly. What should I do? And if it's a good doctor, a sports doctor, go, you need some dextroamphetamine so you can focus. Oh, thanks, Doc. So you got testosterone, Benson puffer, painkillers, you know, dextroamphetamine. You're just pinging off your face. And that's the base level doping program for everyone. And the next level up is more sophisticated EPO, blood doping, human growth hormone, which costs more money.
I think in the Olympics, you can almost see it on their face how wired up they are.
Yeah.
With the amphetamines.
And the Olympics, what they do is they go, oh, well, they test the Olympics. And what they do, they don't test the star athletes. Because if you're the IOC, you're making millions of dollars from the Usain Bolt or whatever, or the Chinese swimmers. You don't bust them. Because it makes the games look bad. What you do is you bust a few powerlifters from Belarus no one's heard of, no one cares about, unfortunately. Just bust them as a scapegoat. Yeah, we're doing our job. Look, we caught some. We caught someone from Kazakhstan, the lawn bowl guy. We're doing our job. Marion Jones never got caught. You know, Michael Johnson never got caught. You know, so it's now there's too much money in the Olympics for high-profile athletes to get caught. Imagine if Usain Bolt got caught, or Michael Phelps.
Make the Olympics look bad.
Bingo. When you're making millions of dollars, you don't bust. It's like if I'm making millions of dollars from you, I'm not going to dob you in. I'm going to say, look, here's the blood test, don't even touch him. Don't even test this guy. Or test that come through me. And I'll give you $50,000. You to make sure you test Michael, give the blood test to me, we'd bin him. Because I'm making millions off you. And I'm going to look after my little golden egg. You look after the golden goose. The golden rule is those with the gold make the rules. Pro sports, drugs 100%. And it creates this artificial level in society. So you think, oh, look, the Olympic athlete's doing really well. The gold medalist. So it makes us feel like, oh, we're not that good. We're just like everyday people. But they're everyday people as well on shitloads of drugs. And it's their professional choice to do so. So why is there no fruitarians or vegans at top level? Because most people get into fruit or vegan living are a bit more into health. And they don't want to do a fucking drug program that's going to shorten their age by 20 years. So drugs are healthy, not healthy, sorry, but steroids aren't so bad, but the amounts people take, that's when that's where it's really bad. A bit like caffeine, if you have 10 milligrams of caffeine a day, it won't do much to you. But if you're having like 1,000 milligrams a day, yeah, you're going to fry yourself. So we'll leave it at that. And every